Then we have another row of people that are part of the NADSP program. They'll be available to answer questions for you guys at the end of the presentation. And I'm going to give you some general information. My name is Bella. Okay, who's heard of the NADSP program? Show of hands. Well, obviously you guys. Okay, so NADSP stands for the National Alliance for Export Staff. Yes, professionals. We're professional staff. Okay. So, what is that really all about? I'll tell you their mission statement. Their mission is to enhance the quality of support provided to people with disabilities through the provision of products, services, and certifications which elevate the status of direct support workers, improves practice standards, promotes system reform, and, most importantly, advance the knowledge, skills, and values of direct support workers. What does that mean? It means, do you guys think that most DSPs should have more training? Yes. Right? Because the more training we have, the better we can be. And the better we are, the easier our job is. They have partnered with the College of Direct Support, and they provide online classes and modules. And the classes are about what we already do. Like, we all go and advocate for the people we support, right? So now, we've learned different forms of advocacy. How can we be more effective? Then, let's see. They have different modules for different things, but they all affect what we do every day. So, how do you be a part of this? You have to apply to the NADSP program. You fill out an application, and then you have to give a letter of commitment. And you have to say, why are you a DSP? Why do you want to still be one? And how did you get here? Then they will review those, and if yours is approved, you can become a DSPR, a registered DSP. The next step is to take 100 hours of job-related education. This, part of it is through the College of Direct Support. Part of it is what we're already doing. We have to make 4 portfolios on different topics. For instance, documentation, assessments, person-centeredness, which we're all already doing anyway, right? Now we just have to find a way to present it and show what we're doing and why it's important. Then you submit those portfolios. If they're accepted, you become a DSP1. Then for the next year, it's the exact same process again. You just choose 4 different competency areas. And once they've been approved, you become a DSP2. All of these titles are also associated with wage increase. Why is it important? It's important because we want to have nationwide standards to achieve, right? Every state now has different rulings. What do you have to know? What does your certifications have to be? We would like it to be across the board. They also have a code of ethics that we need to sign and follow. And the whole point of it is to make this a career instead of just a job you're doing while at college, right? So Mary's going to talk about how this really worked out for her.
Hello, everybody. How do you guys stand up? I think this is the last one. It was just super fun. Can you stand up? Can you stand up, please? All right, could you put a hand in the air? All right. When I count to 3, we're going to say, woohoo! Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Okay, sit down. Good job. Thank you. All right, that was just to prohibit you from staring at me like this. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what this meant for me. I have been at PCL for 12 years as a direct support professional, and I was raised in this field. I have a sister with Down syndrome, and my mom has been a supervisor in this field forever. And I will not lie, I came to PCL as a second part-time job for the summer when I was a UG. And I'm still here 12 years later. And so I was really enjoying my work and having a lot of fun. And in my mid-20s, I had that breakdown that we all have in the mid-20s of, I probably should find a career, right? And so I went through that struggle of, I love what I do. I love being a DSP. And it's so hard to live off the wages. It's ridiculous. It's crazy, right? Who wants higher wages? To be rich or just to live? Just to live. Just to live. So I love this because it gave DSPs a career ladder. We might be the first ones in Oregon to be doing this, but it's really big on the East Coast and it's growing. And what it's meant to me is just a little bit of hope that I don't have to sacrifice where I want to be in life and how I want to be seen for what I'm really passionate about doing. And so while I'm really passionate about providing better supports, I can't do that unless I learn these things. And that's what's fun about these courses. It's not like it's telling us some like crazy revolutionary, information that's changing everything. It's just supporting our good ideas and supporting what you guys are already doing. And so, I forget to read the slides. You guys can read the slides behind me if you'd like to. All right, so this is just, PCL is really supporting us great. They're supporting us with good wage increases and good cohort meetings. We meet every month and we have mentors to support us in this process. But if you guys love being a DSP and if you guys are really passionate about providing better supports, you do love being a DSP?
I do, but what is a cohort?
Oh, yes. Okay, so we are the NADSP cohort, and the cohort is just a group that's meeting with the same educational goal. So we're all meeting together, we're all learning the same material, and we're all discussing what we're going over. And so I would really just encourage you, I know that this is a part-time job for some people or it's a stop during college, but if it's not, and if you've already invested years or if you plan on investing years, I would just really encourage you to look into this because it's providing us that career ladder that we're looking for. So to get this, we have to submit a work portfolio sample, and Randall's going to show us what he's done so far for his.
Thank you, Mary. So what I have displayed here is the competency areas for the NADSP program, and out of those you get to pick 4 for your first sample. The area I'm highlighting today is competency number 3, which is assessment. In the employment department, we're doing something called Discovery. Discovery is a career development guide that is a creative way to capture interest in career exploration activities for the people we support. So we have different places that we're going in the community to help people find what it is that they're interested in. I'm going to cover some profiles of people we support, some discovery sites, and share a success story that we've had. This is Candace, and Candace is actually in the room right here. So she's been working at the Marion Hill Food Share. Candace, you want to wave? Candace has been working at the Food Share. She's at the Starters Coffee Shop at the SLLC. She helps deliver the Statesman Journal, and she also visits the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce and gets to interact with people in the community. Buddy also is in the room. Buddy, you want to wave? There he is. Buddy's also at the Marion Hill Food Share and the Statesman Journal and the Chamber. It's just great to have you there and interacting with people.
Thank you, Randall.
Next slide, please. These are some of the discovery sites that we have. We're always looking for new places to get involved, and we're open to good ideas to be able to get people out in the community. Next slide. This is the Marion Hill Food Share repacking area, and if you see that big box behind us here in the bottom right, that is macaroni. We in this day, we went through about 3 boxes, and we just scoop and bag, and then we put it into a smaller box so that can be distributed into the community at the different food pantries. There's a little video here that we can play that kind of shows us in action.
Such a great flip.
So this is just kind of a snapshot of one of the things that we repack there. There's a lot of different things, and this was just one day of repacking one thing. Next slide. So this is Candace. She's preparing papers for the Statesman Journal to be delivered. We also have Ryan doing the same thing, and Buddy was delivering paper to a house. This is one of the discovery sites we have. This is Salem Kaiser fire hydrant repainting. So we get a map of where all the fire hydrants are in the community, and we go out to each one and see what condition it's in. And we have Ryan here scraping one down, getting all the rust and excess paint, and then painting it. We have Robbie here working on a resume, and we just started the discovery process, and then Robbie filled out his resume, submitted it, and got started. So it was a flash in the pan success story for something that we're just starting. But Robbie now has a job in the community working at Carl Be Clean. And that's a goal with a lot of the people that we have supporting. To maintain employment where they're getting paid by an employer. So how do you get involved? That's a great question. We will be doing another NADSP program class in the fall. And to find out more information, contact Jacqueline Quinn. Her email address is up there, or you can just contact her through PCL. At this point, I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Bella, and we're going to do a Q&A session with some of the NADSPs.
2 minutes.
Okay, we've only got 2 minutes, so let's get your questions.
Nobody else asking questions? Come on,
But
guys.
we know that we did a really quick presentation, so I'm sure there's some questions.
Okay.
What's the application look like? Who wants to answer that?
Yes.
The application, it's like to get into the program for PCO was just an online questionnaire that we did. Kind of like any application process for any job, position, yeah. So it's
Okay, so there's a basic application process that goes through the NADSP, but PCL had a really brilliant interview process where we had our applicants collect peer feedback. So they sent an interview out to their peers, and they didn't get to see what their peers wrote about them, and their peers had to write bad things. Which is part of peer review. They had to write what they needed to work on. And so in the middle of the interview, on the front of the group, these wonderful people were handed their peer review, and they read the good and bad things about themselves, and they had to, in front of the group, explain what they thought about those things. And so our purpose of that was that we were looking for DSPs that have an open mindset. They were looking for growth. We as DSPs know that we're not always doing the perfect thing. That's the point, is that we do as good as we can until we know better. So we wanted to hire people that were interested in what doing better look like for them. So these people very nicely took the feedback and talked about it and used it in their everyday to grow and be better staff.
And you don't get to cheat and use one of those negative things that's still positive, like I care too much. You gotta actually say stuff that you need really to improve on.
You know, none of you guys have been asking any questions, but if there is a common theme, it's about the 100 hours. Don't get scared of that. I worked a Wednesday through Friday living, and I would procrastinate for the first couple months, but now I'm committed to 1 hour a day on my days off, and that completely covers it, along with the meetings and the meetings with your mentor. So don't let that, it's in a year, guys. 100 hours a year, that's nothing.
The training is very doable. CPCL is supporting it, paying you for it, paying you overtime, allowing you to do it from home. We really just want to understand that your jobs are demanding, and we really want to be supportive in your growth.
It's free to
And
call,
the big part
guys.
of that is, it's not just you're taking these 100 hours on your time off. A lot of those hours can be used while you're working in your regular position. Like Randall, during the time, doing the assessments, those are all part of the 100 hours of work-related stuff. So, and then also the online classes, if you work at graveyard or you have a shift where there's downtime for your living or things at work, you can do those on the job. But, I mean, I like to get paid in my PJs, so I do my online classes at home on my couch with the dog. So, there's lots of different ways.
You just learned about self-development.
there's actually, so she asked self-development, is that tied into here? Yeah, that's actually one of the competency areas. You know, continued education, bettering yourself, and becoming more informed.
We have a question
A
here.
follow-up to that, I think Brenda may have been wondering if being part of the NADSP program would be considered part of our growth plan, and you could get an extra bonus for being part of this program.
Well, here's the point of both of those things. The point of an NADSP cohort and the point of growth, personal growth, is to provide better supports. So, if either thing you are doing to provide better supports, yes. Can you automatically use being an NADSP member as a freebie to get a $1,000 bonus to your personal growth? No, you cannot. But can you use the knowledge that you gained from this or one of your work samples to use for that? Yes, you can.
Is it open to sign up again? Because I thought you guys were just you were doing it as a trial.
We were doing it as a trial, and we love it. We're going to do it again. So, in the fall, we're going to try to do another group of 25. We're the biggest group around. Joanne and Zelly are supporting the biggest wave increases around. And so we are trying to send another 25 through in fall.
And also, when you were talking about using it for the higher wages stuff, don't forget that it comes, if you follow the program, there was, what we started with, was it a 50-cent raise? And then after a certain amount of time, there's another raise, and then at the next step, there's another raise. So
$2
yeah,
altogether, guys.
so it just, if you follow through and do the work, your raises are there. Plus, you've got the pride of actually putting something we do, and it will have a title on it. I mean, because if you talk to people who are nurses or doctors, and they have their diplomas, and they have their little letters behind their name, that is part of what we're working on. We don't want to be just, oh, you work with people with disabilities, and you're just kind of a second-class citizen. We are working on this becoming a career and something that, not us, because we already feel the pride in what we do, but we want that to carry out to other people so that they see what we do. It's a career, it's not just a job.
I did see some more hands up than the last time. Are there more questions?
I do want to let me clarify the wage increase. The wage increase for this group so far was 50 cents to become a DSPR, a registered DSP. And after about a year of training and the first level of credentialing, they'll get another $1 an hour. And after the second year and the next level of credentialing, they'll get another $1. And after that, there's a specialty area, and if they get that credentialing, they get another $1.50. So it's actually a possibility of $4 an hour in raises over 3 years.
Pretty significant.
Which, like I said, is the biggest of anybody I've heard across the country. People did this on the East Coast, and they did not pay their staff to do it. They did not pay for the education, and they got 80 cents.
Oh, gosh.
And they have 100% retention of those people. Yes, and it's approved over time. We're not taking on a regular schedule or anything. It's approved over time, like you said, you can do it for a little if you like. All right, any other questions? All right, thanks for your